let me make something clear. I didn't need ROTC. I didn't want to be part of no military club. Not like it was terrible or anything. As a matter of fact, it was just like any other class except except it was Chief Killebrew, funniest last name ever, teaching us all about life skills and being a good person and stuff like that. Better than math, and if it wasn't for the drill crap and the uniforms, it really would have just been an easy A to offset some of my C's. Even though I know my pops was trying to use it as some sort of gateway into the military. Not gonna happen. In our country today, young black men face staggering odds. Studies indicate that they are roughly 2.5 times more likely to be killed by police over their lifetime than that of white men. For those aged 20 to 24, the rate is more than triple than that of their white peers. Through Reynolds' story, we engage with the raw realities of racial injustice and police brutality, as well as commit ourselves to use our voices, not only in this room, but beyond. This is the story of All American Boys by Jason Reynolds. I didn't need ROTC, but I did it. And I did it good, because my dad was pretty much making me. He's one of those dudes that feels like there's no better opportunity for a black boy in this country than to join the Army. That's literally how he always put it. Word for word. So when I got to high school, I just did it. I joined ROTC. I joined to get my dad off my back. To make him happy. Or whatever. The point is, it was Friday. Uniform day. And right after the final bell rang, I ran to the bathroom, my duffel bag full of clothes to change out of everything green. When I walked out that stall a few minutes later, I was a different person. It was like the reverse of Clark Kent running to the phone booth and becoming Superman. And instead it was Superman running to the phone booth and becoming a, hopefully, much cooler Clark Kent. Even though I guess Superman was more comfortable in this cape and tight-ass red underwear than in the ROTC uniform. But not me. No cape, and for the record, no tight-ass red underwear. I stepped out as regular Rashad Butler. T-shirt, some sneakers that I had to form a quick spit clean on, and some jeans that I pulled up, then sat just low enough to complete the look. My brother had given me this sweet leather jacket that he had outgrown, so I threw that on, and bam! I was ready for whatever Friday had in store for me. I had a few stops to make. It was early and I had a couple bucks, so I could buy me a bag of chips and a pack of gum to kill the cheer breath. I got to Jerry's Corner Mart, and Jerry's was pretty much the everything store. I pushed the door to Jerry's open. It chimed like it always did. And the guy behind the counter looked up and stepped from behind the counter, like he always did. "What's up, man?" I said. He nodded suspiciously, like he always did. There were only 2 other people in the store. A policeman and one other customer back by the beer fridge. The policeman wasn't a security guard, nah. The weaponless kind with the iron-on badges. The kind my brother tries to get my dad to apply for because they pay decent money. Nah, this cop was a real cop. A cop. Which wasn't weird for Jerry's because it was known to be an easy come up for a lot of people. You walk in, grab what you want, and walk out. No money spent, but me, I never stole anything from anywhere. Again, too scared of what my pops would do. Now here's what happened. Pay attention. I finally picked out my bag of chips. Barbecue. Tasty and easily beatable by men. That settled, I reached in my back pocket for my phone to let my brother know I was on my way, but damn, I left it in my ROTC uniform. So I set my duffel bag on the floor and squatted down to unzip it, the bag of chips tucked underneath my arm. And at the moment the duffel was open, the lady with the beer stepped back, knocking me off balance. Well, she didn't really knock into me, she more tripped over me. Either way, I thrust one hand down to save myself from a nasty faceplant, sending the bag of chips up the aisle. While she toppled over slowly, but failing and falling half on me, half on the floor. The bottle she was holding shattered, Sexy beer splattered everywhere, and before I could get myself together and make sure she was okay, the guy who worked at Jerry's, who everybody knew wasn't Jerry, shouted, "Hey!" making it clear things weren't okay. I thought he was yelling at her on some "you break it, you buy it" mess, and I was about to tell him to chill out, but then I realized he was looking at my open duffel in the bag of chips lying in the aisle. The cop perked up. He slipped between me and the clerk to get a better look, but he wasn't looking at me at first. Not at all. He was looking at the lady who was now on one knee dusting off her hands. Did he do something to you? What? I set my duffel bag up halfway because I knew I would have to leave the store very soon. The lady was now standing, clearly perplexed by the question. Yeah, he was trying to steal those chips, the clerk interrupted, shouting over the cop's shoulder, then fixing a scowl back on me. I was confused, and he was accusing me of things that hadn't even happened. Like, I wanted to turn around and make sure there wasn't some other kid standing behind me. Man, wasn't nobody stealing nothing, I explained, getting back to my feet. My hands were already up. A reflex between a cop coming towards me. I was just trying to get my phone. Shut up, the barkman police coming closer. The policeman barked coming closer. But wait, I said shut up. Did you not hear me? You deaf or something? He roared, now rushing me, grabbing me by my arm. He led me toward the door while walkie-talking that he needed backup. But backup? For what? For who? I have money right here. With my free hand, I reached into my pocket to grab the dollar that I had designated to pay for those stupid chips. But before I could, the cop knotted me up in the submission hold, pain searing my shoulders. He shoved me through the door and slammed me onto the ground face first. He slapped cuffs on me, the metal cutting into my wrist. My initial reaction to the terrible pain was to move. Not to escape or to resist, but just move. But moving wasn't a very good idea. Because every time I flipped and flapped with every natural jerk, the cuffs seemed to tighten. And worse, I caught another blow. A fist to the kidney, a knee to the back, a forearm to the back of the neck. I was in cuffs. I was already stuck. There was blood pooling in my mouth. Tasted like metal. Tears flooded my eyes, and I could see someone looking at me, but they quickly faded into a watery blur. Everything was sideways. Everything was wrong. My ears were clogged, plugged by the pressure. All I could make out were the washed-out grunts of this man leaning over me, hurting me, telling me to stop fighting. But I wasn't fighting. And the piercing sound of sirens pulling up. My brain exploded into a million thoughts, and only one thought all at the same time. Please, don't kill me.